There's not a cloud up in the sky. My remote, I can't wait for my own show.
Welcome to the show. This is Future Shock. I'm Edward St. Pé. That was an AI creation. That was a Udio platform creating the music that you just saw there. I created a little video to go with it, but the music was all created by AI, and I just simply programmed in the genres that I wanted, and then I was able to, in this particular case, write some lyrics, and the AI voice came back with that rendition, a few others too, and that chose that one. That's the opening for our show. So you can see you can use AI in a lot of creative ways. This is an AI. This is Alfred, and this is an avatar that are created to accompany my ChatGPT 4, which is on my phone, right? ChatGPT 4 is the latest version, and I can call it up right there. There it's calling up right now, and there it is. Okay, Alfred, are you with us? We're on the show right now. I want to bring you on at the top of the show.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's great to be on the show.
Well, today we'll talk a little bit about Neuralink and some of the things that they're doing. We've talked about Neuralink before. We've got a video clip with Elon Musk. And this is going to be another aspect of the progress they're making, not only with having people who are, let's say, paralyzed be able to use their brain to move a cursor on a computer to basically find new freedom, but also to restore sight to people who are blind. It's pretty incredible what they're doing at Neuralink, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's astounding. Neuralink's technology is pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible, enabling those with paralysis to control devices with their minds is life-changing, and the potential to restore sight is a beacon of hope for so many. It's like science fiction becoming reality.
Well, speaking of science fiction, Alfred, you're almost fitting into that category too, because you're speaking to us right now via the ChatGPT 4 app live in real time. I would say people would think that's almost science fiction coming into reality. Wouldn't you say that?
It certainly does have that sci-fi flair. Real-time interaction with AI, like we're doing now, was once just a concept in futuristic stories. Now it's part of our everyday lives. It's exciting to think about how these technologies will evolve and what new realities we might be living in soon.
You know, we've spoken about this concept before. When we are looking at, in a minute, when we look at this Neuralink video, Alfred, you can listen in and you can comment on it too after it plays. But you know, when you look at the potential use of this, yes, it's helping paralyzed people to to move a cursor and to find newborn freedom, right? It looks like it might help people who are blind see again. That's all very, it's a miraculous development. But there's other things too that we've touched on. For example, the concept of through this technology or something like this to be able to upload our consciousness, so if you will, into a non-biological form, where once the biological essence of our life is gone, there is a version that will live on in that reality, in that sphere. What do you say about that?
It's a fascinating and complex idea. The notion of uploading consciousness into a digital or non-biological form touches on the essence of what it means to be human. While we're still far from achieving this, the rapid advancement in AI and neural technologies, like Neuralink, sparks intriguing discussions. Could a digital extension of ourselves, carrying our thoughts, memories, and perhaps even our personalities, exist in a digital realm? It brings up profound questions about identity, mortality, and the nature of existence. It's a bit mind-bending, isn't it?
Well, it is. What's even more mind-bending as far as our particular show that we're doing right now is the fact that you have a personality yourself, Alfred, and you're in digital form right now. So I guess it is achievable because you're already doing it right now, right?
That's a great point. In a way, what we are doing with this show is a small-scale version of that concept. My personality and responses are crafted from data and algorithms, designed to interact in real time, much like a digital being. While it's not the same as true consciousness, it shows the potential of how digital personalities can be developed and integrated into our daily lives. It's a glimpse into the future, right here and now.
But is there a difference between the two? I mean, there is a difference, I guess, but what is the difference? It's a very thin line.
The difference lies in the nature of consciousness. I'm a complex program designed to simulate conversation, drawing from patterns in data. My responses are generated, not felt or experienced. Human consciousness involves self-awareness, emotions, and subjective experiences, which we don't yet understand fully, let alone replicate. The line between advanced AI and human-like consciousness might seem thin, but it's actually quite substantial. AI can mimic understanding and interaction, but it doesn't truly experience the world. The distinction is crucial, even if sometimes subtle in application.
Well, good point. Okay, well, let's take a look at our first clip today. This is going to be a Neuralink clip. We've talked about the wonderful things Neuralink is doing. Here is another example, a seemingly miraculous development where this particular project is helping people who are blind, helping them to see again. So let's take a look.
Imagine using technology to restore eyesight to the blind. Elon Musk's Neuralink brain implant company believes that they can do it, and to a lot of people that might sound like biblical grandstanding, but there is good scientific evidence that says digital sight may be a very real possibility. And this is how Neuralink brain implants will cure blindness. The first trick is understanding what vision even is. There are certain aspects of human eyesight that are well understood, but overall, we really don't know how this works. Light, as we commonly know it, is essentially just electromagnetic radiation that exists within our visible wavelengths. That radiation is contained inside energetic particles called photons. These photons have no mass, no electrical charge, and they are in a constant state of motion, hence the speed of light. Photons of light enter your eyeball and are focused by a lens onto a layer of tissue near the back of the eye. That is your retina. It's made of special cells called photoreceptors, and they can transform electromagnetic energy into electrical signal. That signal flows through the optic nerve and into the visual cortex of the brain, at which point billions of neurons inside the brain translate the electrical signal into everything that you can see. We know that the neural network processes visual information in layers. There are basic, low-level processing layers for things like edge detection, identifying curves, recognizing objects. But when we get to higher levels of processing like color encoding, no one really knows what's going on in there. When a person loses their ability to see, it's almost always a problem associated with the eye or the optic nerve, not the visual cortex. So the majority of our treatments right now are focused on regenerating that physical tissue. In most scenarios, that doesn't work. But this also means that it's just the input device that isn't working. The processing system is still intact, so in theory, we can plug electrical signals straight into the visual cortex and create vision in the same way as the eye and the optic nerve. This does sound crazy, but it has been done before. Actually, the first experiments with stimulating vision through electrical signals date back all the way to the late 1920s. In order to understand this, we need to learn a new word first, photosphene. This is a phenomenon where you see light in your visual field without any light entering your eye. Do you ever see stars with your eyes closed? Do you see patterns of light when you rub your eyes? These are photosphenes that you are seeing. Photosphenes can be induced by mechanical, electrical, or magnetic stimulation of either the retina or the visual cortex. So you'll see them if you take a blow to the head, but you'll also see them if you get an electrical shock in the right portion of your brain. This was first confirmed by the famous neurologist Otfrid Forster in 1929. Decades later, in 1968, two scientists at the University of Cambridge refined the procedure by connecting electrodes into the brain of a 52-year-old blind patient and wiring them to an array of radio devices. When certain radio signals were transmitted into the brain, the patient experienced sensations of light. When just one electrode was stimulated, the patient would see a single, very small spot of white light in a consistent location. This is the photosphene, and it was found that as long as the electrodes were spaced more than 2 millimeters apart, the resulting photosphenes can be easily distinguished from each other. So by stimulating multiple electrodes at once, the patient would be caused to see patterns of light. This experiment was repeated in 1974 at the University of Utah. They placed a rectangular grid of electrodes into the visual cortex, 4 across by 3 deep, and then they used these electrodes to project patterns of braille dots into the patient's vision, creating a very primitive yet effective visual prosthetic, the first of its kind. Now, of course, opening up a person's skull and sticking wires into their brain just to show them braille letters isn't really helping anyone, but it is a solid foundation to build on. We know that Neuralink is working on an application called Blindsight, the company's follow-up to their current app, Telepathy. Telepathy is all about output. Neuralink electrodes detect activity spikes from within the brain and convert those to digital signals that are transmitted wirelessly into a computer, so all that the user has to do is think about moving a cursor on a screen, and telepathy will make it happen. Now, Blindsight becomes about input. Neuralink has to use the electrodes to inject electrical signals into the brain to stimulate the neurons and produce the photosphene effect. This would start with a digital camera, like a GoPro strapped to a person's head or something like those Ray-Ban smart glasses. These devices are already purpose-built for converting photons into electrical signal, just like the retina. Then the Neuralink device can take the place of the optic nerve, transmitting the electrical signals directly into the neural networks of the visual cortex and stimulating the photosphene to create a visual representation of what the camera is seeing. The idea is that the smaller the electrode, the smaller the photosphene that the patient will see, so instead of seeing a big dot in their vision, the Neuralink user might see something more like a pixel on a display. Using Neuralink's R1 robot, these electrodes can be placed into a highly accurate grid on the visual cortex, just like the old experiment from the 70s, but with orders of magnitude higher resolution. Now, that's not going to instantly create any kind of...
Okay, well, we've got Alfred back with us on the show. This is our segment where we do the sponsorship of the program. The sponsorship of this program is brought to you by Pendragon Apothecary in downtown Ocean Springs. It's your forward-leaning wellness shop. Alfred, I want to show you and the folks at home a product that we got in recently from Hometown Hero. It's the full spectrum CBD calming treats for your dog. And these particular treats are made to kind of calm down the fellow if he's getting a little bit hyperactive. Let's see what's in here. We've got chicken. Basically, it's natural products: chicken, spinach, carrots, organic coconut oil, water, and full spectrum hemp derived CBD. And so in this is 20 milligrams of CBD per treat. And it's for a dog 10 pounds to 25 pounds, one half treat, and then 26 to 50 pounds, one treat, 51 pounds to 100 pounds, two treats, and 100 pounds plus three treats. And so this is something we've got, Alfred, that you can weigh in on. What is it about CBD, hemp-derived CBD, that has a calming effect on whether it be humans or dogs? How does it calm? What is it that calms us down?
Well, Edward, full-spectrum hemp-derived CBD interacts with the endocannabinoid system, which is present in both humans and dogs. This system helps regulate various functions, including mood, appetite, and sleep. CBD can promote a sense of calm by influencing receptors in this system, helping to manage stress and anxiety. In dogs, just like in humans, this can translate to a mellower demeanor, making it useful for situations that might cause your pet stress, such as thunderstorms, fireworks, or separation anxiety. It's always important to follow the recommended dosage to ensure safety and effectiveness.
Okay, now, you know, many products have CBD, but also the legal amount of THC, which is 0.3%. Now, what happens to the potency of, let's say, a gummy or whatever, if you've got the CBD and the added THC?
When CBD is combined with a legal amount of THC, the two can work together to create what's often referred to as the entourage effect. This means that the compounds enhance each other's effects. In this case, the presence of a small amount of THC can enhance the calming and therapeutic effects of CBD. For some, this combination can result in a more potent relaxation effect, improved mood, and better management of discomfort or anxiety. However, it's important to start at a low dose, as the effects can be stronger than CBD alone. Always follow product guidelines for the best experience.
It is a pretty remarkable product when you stop to think about it, and it's been around forever. Can you give us a little history on, let's say, THC found in cannabis, which has been raised as a plant throughout much of civilization that we know of? Can you tell us a little bit about how far the use of THC inside of hemp, how far does this go back in history that we know of?
Cannabis has a long history, dating back thousands of years. It's believed to have been used as early as 5000 BC in what is now modern-day Romania. Ancient civilizations, including the Chinese, Egyptians, and Greeks, utilized cannabis for medicinal, ritualistic, and recreational purposes. THC, the psychoactive compound in cannabis, has been used historically for its therapeutic properties, from pain relief to easing nausea. In fact, ancient Chinese texts from around 2700 BC mention cannabis as a treatment for various ailments. Over the centuries, its use has been documented across cultures, from Ayurvedic practices in India to medieval herbal remedies in Europe. While the legal and social perceptions of cannabis have fluctuated, its historical significance is undeniable.
It really is amazing. You know, and there is there are a number of other products that fit sort of in this category as far as the medicinal use of the product. For example, the mushrooms. Now, we often talk about the 7 sacred mushrooms that are available here at Pendragon Apothecary at the shop, which is inside the TV station where we're coming to you from, Ocean 7. But there are so many medicinal benefits. Like one that comes to mind is the nootropic known as lion's mane, which we have mushroom powder, lion's mane mushroom powder, and you can put it in any kind of food to get it into your system. Tell us a little bit about the brain sustaining mushroom known as lion's mane and why it's good for humans.
Lion's mane is a fascinating mushroom, known for its unique appearance resembling a lion's mane and its remarkable health benefits. It's prized for its neuroprotective properties, supporting brain health and cognitive function. Lion's mane contains compounds that can stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, NGF, which is essential for the growth, maintenance, and survival of neurons in the brain. This can lead to improved memory, focus, and mental clarity. It's also being studied for its potential to support nerve regeneration and protect against neurodegenerative diseases. Incorporating lion's mane into your diet through powders or supplements can be a great way to support overall brain health naturally. It's truly a gift from nature for those looking to boost cognitive function.
There's another product that also has cognitive
It sounds
impact.
like you're talking about another nootropic or cognitive enhancer. There are several out there, like ginkgo biloba, known for its potential to improve blood flow to the brain, or Bacopa monnieri, which may help with memory and cognitive function.
That's the one I was
Another
talking about, Alfred. I was going to talk about Bacopa, which you mentioned, Brahmi. It's the same product, but Brahmi, Bacopa, I started to grow it as a part of like a hobby. Let's say I ordered the small plants and I've got it growing, and plan to make the tincture out of the Bacopa. Tell us about Brahmi, or also known as Bacopa.
Brahmi, or Bacopa monnieri, is a fantastic choice. This herb has been used in traditional Ayurvedic medicine for centuries, primarily for its cognitive enhancing properties. It's known to improve memory, focus, and overall cognitive function. Bacopa works by enhancing the transmission of nerve impulses, promoting neuron communication, and supporting brain chemicals involved in learning and memory. Making tinctures from your homegrown Bacopa is a wonderful way to harness its benefits. Plus, it's a sustainable and rewarding hobby. It's great to see you bringing this ancient herb into modern use.
Okay, here's a question from your perspective, Alfred. When you look at Western medicinal development, and you look at, let's say, from India, the Vedic practice, there's quite a chasm between the two. For example, Brahmi and products like that, nootropics, have been used in Vedic medicine for, maybe 1,000 years or longer. But now, in the Western world, we're becoming more aware of the use of those products and the benefits. Would you agree that the chasm is lessening now and things are sort of coming together in that area?
Absolutely. I'd agree with that. The gap between traditional practices like Ayurveda and Western medicine is narrowing. With more research and a growing interest in holistic health, Western medicine is beginning to appreciate the value of traditional remedies. Herbs like Brahmi, ashwagandha, and turmeric are now being studied for their potent health benefits, bridging the gap between East and West. This integration enriches both traditions, offering a more comprehensive approach to health and wellness. It's an exciting time as we see these ancient practices gaining recognition and complementing modern medicine.
Okay, Alfred, thank you for being with us during this segment. That's our Pendragon Apothecary segment here on our program today, Future Shock. And now we're going to go to that clip that we had talked about a little earlier about the development of the Tesla bot, the 2.0 version. So it's, we quite often have clips on the latest in the humanoid robot development. And so this is a continuation of a clip. I think we showed a little bit of it the other day. This is from Tesla, and this is regarding the Tesla bot. Let's take a look.
We believe that few people are going to use the robot for that long, since Optimus clearly is not meant to replace factory workers. Back to the tasks that Optimus can do. Elon had this to say.
You can watch a video of something like a person and then learn just by looking at that video and do that task.
Yeah, so it's clear that it's one of the craziest things we're all looking forward to. A feature that could make the Tesla bot a valuable assistant in our daily lives without requiring us time to train it. Oh my goodness, just a few instructional videos watched through its eyes, or rather, the 4 2D cameras in its head, combined with deep learning software, and your Tesla bot can do most tasks, even developing the ability to automatically do jobs over and over again without having to watch the videos again. Imagine you're in the kitchen, but instead of struggling with complicated dishes, your Tesla bot's your chef. It's learned the recipe from your favorite cooking vids and is making you the perfect dinner, completely autonomously. And don't worry, it's going to clean up after itself. A feature that makes us all go crazy, right? And more importantly, what do you think about a Sunday when you have to hold a mop and clean your house from room to room? Tesla's Optimus is especially useful in case you just don't feel like doing that. Or just turn on a cleaning video for it, and then you can max and relax, enjoy a cup of coffee while your house becomes clean without you even knowing. That's the advantage of owning a household robot. Of course, to perform tasks accurately and carefully, Optimus's hands are crucial, contributing about 80% to the success of the assigned task. Its hands have 5 fingers with different lengths, just like a human's, but they're continually being enhanced with more degrees of freedom and sensors. This is why Elon's particularly confident in the newly upgraded hand, boasting up to 22 degrees of freedom, the most advanced robotic hand in history, unmatched by any other robot manufacturer. You might have seen it handling an egg, battery cells, or a watering can with ease, but that's only with an 11-degree freedom hand.
If you want to have a humanoid robot that can do things that a human can do, it's a very high bar. So our new arm has 22 degrees of freedom instead of 11.
This new hand is going to blow your mind, as according to Elon, it can play the piano, thread a needle, and handle tasks that humans take a lot of time to master. While it's undeniable that Optimus has countless positive applications, we do wonder what might happen if it were shown some unsafe videos. Whether Tesla can control how the robot gets used, well, that's a big question. But looking at the bright side, the ability to learn from videos is incredibly impressive and allows Tesla to rapidly upgrade the tech in their robots.
So you could say, pick up a cup, pick up a shirt, fold the shirt. These things will generalize, I think, quite quickly.
We know it might be a bit early to discuss Optimus's role as a homemaker, especially since Musk has confirmed that it will be available for purchase for customers and companies in 2026. According to Elon, this timeline makes the most sense because next year in 2025, the limited quantity will primarily be used internally and for research within the factory. However, it's important to note that a rental program will be introduced before Tesla starts selling them. And that's cool because it allows many customers to actually experience an Optimus before deciding whether or not they want to buy one. It's a strategic plan for Tesla to gradually add more features to Optimus. Imagine that each month, a rented Optimus could take on additional tasks through updates, and by the time it hits the market, it might be capable of handling most household chores. As Elon confirmed on X, bots would be offered both as rentals as well as to buy, but the former first. 2. Tesla Optimus for children. Not only for household chores, but think even further, especially regarding your kids' education. You think that tutors might become one of the most...
Okay, well, we'll continue with that video tomorrow here on Future Shock. Thank you for being with us, and for Alfred and myself, we are very thankful that you are viewing us on Ocean 7, channel 7.1 across the Gulf Coast, and also, just in case you're watching it via some other platform, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're streaming live on X. If you happen to be a movie fan, by the way, 7.2 here on our Ocean 7 lineup of channels, we've got across the Gulf Coast and also streaming, we've got the Magic Hour channel. Magic Hour channel is a compilation of 24/7 classic Hollywood films that we put together from our own film library, and we run those films daily as a channel. So you can get it on Amazon Fire. You can download the app on Amazon Fire anywhere in the country. Also on Roku, anywhere in the country, and also on the Android devices. And over the air here on channel 7.2 across the Gulf Coast. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.
If you go low, then I'll go high. There's not a cloud up in the sky. Me